Have you ever been in a situation where somebody completely misunderstood your intentions or your actions, even when you were just coming from a place of being honest? So recently, I found myself in a similar situation, right? There was a misunderstanding, but the other person assumed that I was doing something wrong. It wasn't easy to face that kind of misunderstanding, especially when I knew where my heart was at. I knew it was in the right place. I knew that I was doing the right thing because I'm a man of integrity. And so this whole situation, it reminded me of something that Myron Golden said. If people have a problem with my position, that's their fault. But if they have a problem with my disposition, that's my fault. If they have a problem with my position, that's their fault. But if they have a problem with my disposition, that's my fault. And I believe as entrepreneurs and believers, we have to be okay with being misunderstood and all the misunderstandings. They're going to happen. You can't even avoid it. But here's the key. Misunderstandings don't define you. How you respond to them does. And so here's the truth. Being misunderstood isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty. You got to think about it. Even Jesus, who was perfect, faced misunderstandings. If they misjudged him, how much more would they misjudge you? How much more would they misjudge me? Here's the key. Misunderstandings don't have to define you. How you respond to them does. Now let's break this down into three essential truths, right? Let's break them down into three truths so that way we can hold on to something that we can actually hold on to when we're actually misunderstood, right? Number one, your value is not diminished by their perception. People's opinions of you they don't matter. People's opinions of you aren't a reflection of what your worth is or what your ability is. Think about this. When Jesus was mocked and misunderstood, he didn't argue his value. He knew who he was. He didn't have to argue. And he trusted his father to reveal the truth over time. So in Proverbs 4:23, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. This means that your heart, your understanding of your identity and your purpose, it must be guarded against the false perceptions of others. Their misunderstanding doesn't change your God given value. The value that you have has been given from your Father who is in heaven. And so when people misunderstand you, guess what? That's not on you. Because at the end of the day, people do not write what your value actually is. Because truly and honestly, they probably don't even see it. And truly, honestly, they might not even see it in themselves. And so, like with the situation for me, I wasn't even angry about being misunderstood. I was more so disappointed. I was more so disappointed and frustrated. And just being hot, humble, open, and transparent, I really felt like, man, you should have known me better than that. But now, what's going on? So that leads me to number two. Misunderstandings may sideline others. Misunderstandings may sideline others, but they won't disqualify you from the race that God has set before you. Misunderstandings are just distractions, but distractions they only become derailments if you let them. Paul teaches us in Philippians, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead. I press on toward the goal. So even when others misunderstand your intentions or your actions, your focus should remain on the race ahead, not the opinions behind you. You don't need everybody's full understanding to fulfill your purpose. You only need God's direction. And with God's direction, that's going to lead you into the place of success, at the place of fulfillment. But if you're driving the car forward, looking in the rearview mirror, oh man, you don't even know where you're going. You're focused on the wrong things, right? So it's just a distraction. Misunderstandings is just a distraction to knock you off of your purpose, knock you off of your focus, knock you off of everything that you've been working towards. That misunderstanding did not have to trigger you in such a way. Now you're mad for the entire day. Now I can't get nothing done for the entire day. It's a distraction. Number three, number three, integrity isn't proven by avoiding accusations, but by maintaining character when they do come. So misunderstandings are just like tests, and it's a test of your character. Your integrity shines the brightest when you respond with grace and not bitterness. And I know a lot of people have a lot of trouble with responding with grace instead of that bitterness. Because as humans, we are emotional. And so I can't sit up here and lie to you and say that when I was misunderstood earlier in my career or earlier in my life, I can't say that it didn't bother me because it did. But I had to learn how to respond with grace and see it from a different lens. If you looking at from the lens of offense, you'll never be able to respond with grace. So Jesus is the ultimate example of this, right? In First Peter 2 and 23, it says, when they are hurled, when they hurled their insults at him, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judges justly. So he didn't even retaliate. He suffered. He made no threats. So this is how you respond with grace. And you just got to trust that God is going to judge those justly. So your response matters more than their accusations. A calm, grace-filled disposition, it speaks volumes about what your trust looks like in God and his justice. Character is revealed in crisis, not in comfort. Need I say it again? Character is revealed in crisis, not in comfort. So in Luke 23 and 34, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Even in the face of the most ultimate misunderstanding and betrayal, Jesus responded with forgiveness and grace. He didn't let their actions shake his purpose. And guess what? Neither should you. So this teaches us that grace, not defense, is the response of the strong. And so here's the thing: misunderstandings don't have to stop you from fulfilling your purpose. But maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're unsure of how to turn your purpose into something that actually creates that lasting impact and income, right? Join the Purpose to Profits Mastermind. That's why I created it. So the mastermind is literally about making more than just money. It's more than just about money. It's about unlocking the clarity in your purpose, breaking free from the financial and the mindset barriers. So the mindset barriers of misunderstanding and learning strategies and proven strategies that build a business that aligns with your actual calling. So what do you get from it? You get clarity in your calling. You can never be more clear on the thing that you're working towards, because more clarity in your life means that you get to your goal a whole lot faster. you get confidence in your offers. So people can't offer anything because they're not confident in it. If I'm not confident in knowing that you're going to benefit from this, you're going to know. How do I know that you're going to benefit? I know you're going to benefit because I've already done the work with other people to show you that this is going to work. So you also get strategies that create consistent income and the freedom to build a business that honors God and impacts lives, which is the ultimate honor for me. So imagine waking up every day knowing exactly how to grow your business with the right tools, with the supportive community, and strategies rooted in kingdom principles. If that's what you're looking for, make sure you click the link down below. Join the mastermind today because guess what? Your purpose is calling. Are you going to answer? So here's what I want to leave you with. Being misunderstood doesn't make you less valuable. It makes you relatable to the greatest examples of faith. And the next time somebody misjudges you and your intentions, remember this: God's approval matters more than man's applause. Your consistency will rewrite their misconception. So that means that every time I show up, every time I continue to do the thing over and over and do it with excellence, guess what? There's a consistency to who you are, right? And the purpose that God has for you is far too important to let somebody else's misunderstanding hold you back. Now, if this message resonated with you, if you felt like, man, I really needed this, share your experience below. How have people misunderstood you? And let's encourage each other so that way we can rise above all the noise and stay focused on what truly matters. And guess what? That's our purpose. So if you found anything in today's live, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all social media, Instagram at the Marion Davis, YouTube is Marion M. Davis. Let me know what you got from this. I'm curious to know because I've been going through this for years, but I've finally been able to put language and a strategy to this to where I can overcome. And it's all rooted in the word. So until tomorrow's live, y'all be blessed and stay blessed by the best, like Marion always say. See y'all tomorrow.